Good morning. It's the start of week 27, the 29th. It's Monday, anyway. So, I made a tiny list of stuff I need to get done today. And on top of that list is finish and upload the vlog for last week because I need to get it out. Otherwise, I may not get up to speed with this vlog and getting that done. The thing is that my bullet journal has not been made ready for the upcoming month because I have like only a few pages left. So yeah, I want to start a new one, but to do that, I really want to film a plan with me. I think it's called when you start a new bullet journal as well, or is it just at the start of each month? I'm not sure, but I want to make a bring the bullet journal with me kind of video because it could be fun. I think that was a drift of thought. I think I don't know what it's called, but I need to finish up the vlog for last week, and then I have to finish off the cancer painting. It's over here. It has a few layers left, but yeah, that's gonna be fun. Then I have to pack shot it, draw some stock. It's called lin in Danish. I'm not sure what it's called in English, so whatever. And then I have I guess it's hiking in the forest. Walking in the forest, is that? It's not really hiking. I have a plan to meet up with my little sister later today and go for a walk in the forest, so that's gonna be fun as well. And that's basically it for today. And then tomorrow, I think I need to get on with making that bullet journal if I can get everything of this done today. It's now 7:50, so it should be. Oh dear. Hello. I should have enough time. We're meeting up at 4:30, so yeah. So it's Monday. I have a lot of stuff to do. Let's get on with it. Good morning. It's Tuesday. At 9:37. Wow, I'm behind. So yesterday I didn't get to finish the cancer painting, but I got pretty far, and I basically mostly just need to paint the moon coloring pencils and then put in the star sign itself and then create the pack shots. So yeah, finish cancer. Sounds so weird. Pack shot cancer and then create some stock. That is basically the plan. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And when I'm finished with that, I think I may want to start up with the bullet journal. And when all that is done, I have to get started on making the patches for the scouts and the print for also the scouts. So yeah, I don't know how much of it I'm gonna finish today, but I'm gonna see how far I get. But that's the gist of it, I think. So there she is, Cancer. I really like how it turned out. There's a bunch of stuff that's not really perfect. Um, the colors feels a bit drab, but I like the simplicity of it. Again, with the nurturing, caring aspect of the sign. So all in all, I can't like it. That's it. I don't have anything else to say. So now I'm just gonna let it completely dry out. And while I'm doing that, stuck. Good morning. It's Wednesday, and guess who got put down with migraine? It's called yesterday, and it's not completely gone today. So we'll see how far anything gets. But yeah, missed that yesterday, and I haven't made stock for today, so I have no idea what to do. I don't. Maybe I'll just skip stock for this week, I think, and just get and instead just do something else. I don't know. The scout stuff, scout patches and scout stamp instead. So I think that's gonna be a better option for now. So put stock on the back burner and just go ahead with the stamps instead. I think that's a good idea. And just take it slowly. It gets worse when I talk, so I'm just gonna shut up now. So the worst part about migraines is when they're over and you look back at all the time you've wasted and know how much you have to catch up with. But it's gone. I'm no longer in a woozy state of mind. So that's good. And I am ready for a bunch of stuff. I don't know. My thoughts are a bit wonky, but everything should be alright. So, I have today I'm gonna finish off the patches for the scouts, and as my partner has stated, it's a bit too big. It's a little bit too big. So we're gonna go with half the the size, and then I'm gonna have to change the design up a tiny bit, but shouldn't be that bad. I just have to keep in mind what I'm capable of cutting and how much detail I am able to put in with my current skill level. So I can make the patches, I can cut the patches, and then I can print them, and then the ink can dry until tomorrow, where I can give them a heat thing. I can heat them up. What's it called? Heat treat them, I guess. Fish. Oh, so they should be ready to drop off on Friday, and that should be fine. So that's interesting. So I have to get on with that. Alright, so there it is. And I've made a few corrections, like I made the rafts a bit wider, and obviously switched the color so it's all dark. So it should be printing a lot prettier and easier, and then just border around should make it much more easy to get centered properly. As well as easier to find out where to cut it out. So the only thing I'm annoyed about is that I had to waste an entire paper to make this. But as some of you may know, I'm in the process of looking into creating my own paper, just for both the shits and giggles, and for printing, and maybe for some notebooks or stuff like that. So I'm gonna be using this as well as this and as well as this for that specific purpose. Then this should just sit nicely. It's not perfect around, but yeah, it should work. How well that turned out. Actually quite nice. I think that's gonna be it. So what I did on my previous patches was that I took this thick canvas, like stuff. It's called stuff in Danish. It's called fabric in English. And then I put on some iron-on glue thing. I don't know what it's called in English, but and then stuck those two together, so we had these two pieces of canvas on top of each other. So that's what I did last time. But as you can see, thank you for your input, printer. That was very insightful. Anyway, where was I? I was at, as you can see, it's not a complete print. It's very hard to get full coverage on it, and all the small details kind of just disappear into the texture of the canvas. So I was thinking, I've bought this paper, I was about to call it, fabric from, it's an IKEA sheet that I used to create a white dress for an event. And I have some scraps of that left, and I was thinking about making two pieces of canvas, gluing those two together, and then taking one piece of this sheet and then gluing that on top. I really like it. It's really cute. Single drop is enough. So and there we go. Okay, I'd say it works. Really pretty sure this is not gonna work as nicely because I think it needs more ink on it, but it has to be a certain balance for it not to get completely overwhelmed with ink. But I think a bit more than just the tiny drop is gonna be good. So that's one drop. We're gonna get it. Is that a good idea? Okay, that's actually not bad. Oh wow, yeah, that's really pretty actually. Yeah, I think I really want that. Okay, so that's the experimenting done. And as per usual, I have ink all over me. So, okay, so what do I do now? I clean up the dining table because that's the biggest working space I have, which is gonna take a while because it is filled to the brim with all sorts of random crap at the moment. And okay, so first I wash this off. Then I clean up the table. And then I'm gonna glue some pieces of fabric together, I guess, so that we can have thick amount of fabric to work with. And I think that's gonna be a lot easier to handle in the long run. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so I've already been doing a lot of stuff getting all of this ready. So what I have done is I've taken two pieces of the canvas and fused them together with this glue like stuff. It was originally bought to be used for fusing fabric onto book covers, but I've mostly just been using it for patches. So, well, anyway, two layers of the canvas and onto the finely woven sheet. So I've been doing that, and then I've been cutting out 8 by 5.5 centimeter patches, so the design can fit nice and snugly on there. So the only thing I think is a bit sad is that it's gonna be white patches with black design, but it's either that or bright yellow, and I think it would be very sad for the children to have bright yellow patches. I mean, that is an aggressive color. I thought I'd get you along for the rest of the process, and I do think I'm gonna start out by just measuring. What I want to do is that I want to find the middle point, like here, so that I can just cut it halfway, and thus the ruler won't be too long. That is right on the edge. And what we can do to light that thing up again, it's fine, because I do have a few scraps. So you get to see how I fuse it, well, a little bit at least. And while that is heating up, I'm just gonna put this to the side again, and then finish off these ones, just so I don't risk putting everything away and then need to use it again, which would be really upsetting, as you can imagine. I'm gonna need a tiny bit more over here, which is fine. Okay, so I do not have an ironing board, but what I do have is a towel. So what we're gonna do is I'll take this and I am gonna rip it up a tiny bit. Be secure, we can just do this because I'm gonna cut that off anyway. So that's done. And that one is not as bad, but well, oh well. And all right. There we go. They are ready. So first pull, no. It's a pretty cool effect though. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Yeah. Morning. Look at all of these patches. So I finished printing them yesterday, and today they're getting a heat setting. I'll set them with heat, and then I'm gonna be experimenting with some of these that didn't turn out as well, with sewing the edges, just to get them a bit more of a finished look. So okay, so I found a method that works, actually, and it looks pretty nice, if I should say so myself. The upsetting thing is that all of these are already cut out, so I have to, when I start the machine, I have to pull on the thread to get it going. I found a tip that if you end on the corner with the needle, I'll put in the video where I found that tip. It's cosplay stuff to sew on patches, but that goes only so far, because when I get to the corner and have to turn it around, I don't have a thread to pull on, so I had to push through, and it kind of works. And there's just a high risk possibility that the needle goes in the same place, and thus this happens. But I think I'm getting the hang of it, and actually getting it to work in a really nice, pretty way, like this one. So I do think I can get this to work. I do think I can. Hopefully I can show you what I'm doing. So now we're all the way over to the corner, and I'm just gonna roll it out so it's actually not even in the fabric, but I can line it up. It's gonna be fine. Then I start and I just push a bit, so until it connects in the back. Line it up again, close, and push. And remember to backstitch, because otherwise you're gonna cry when all of the hard work unravels. So I'm just gonna trim it a bit, and there we have it. It's nowhere perfect, but it's really nice. I'm pretty stoked about this. So I'm gonna take a short break and then I shall be back and test on one of the patches that wasn't as nice as the others. I have finished the patches, and this is the end result. But these are some of the early ones, and these are some where I had to switch out the thread to a slightly different white. You can barely see it on camera, but you can kind of see it in real life. But there is 24, and they said around 20 should be enough. So yeah, that's all there is to those. I'm gonna keep one that's a bit, it's not really proper, but it's one of the, this one has more mistakes. So I'm gonna keep that. And the rest are, I don't know what they are. They just exist. I'm just probably gonna throw those out. But that's the products, I guess. So, all in all, I really like this process. But I do think that if I want to make patches for the shop or anything like that, I'm gonna have a very, very hard look at myself and figure out how much each patch is gonna cost, because it has been a process. But now at least I know how to do it. So I wouldn't need to use from 9 till 11 to figure out the sewing around the corners. But enough about that. The patches are done. I have one thing left. It is now, I think it's around 2, so I still have a little bit of time left to finish off the stamp of Sophus. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to that. Good morning, it's Monday, and I have just finished editing the final couple of minutes of the vlog, and I don't have an outro. I even made timestamps so I could make an outro during the weekend, but I didn't. So you're gonna get an outro now. What happened Friday was that I finished up the patches, and then I finished up the stamp of Sophus, and it was really late when I finished that, and I had to go to my sister's and drop off the stuff because the person who could receive it lived close by there. So it all culminated in me being late for everything, but in general having a good evening, and using the weekend for editing and other stuff. So that's basically it. That's the vlog. I hope you enjoyed a look into my week 27, and I am gonna get right ahead and started with the week 28, I guess, after I've gotten this uploaded. So I hope you have a great week, and I hope you enjoyed this week, and I shall see you again next week. Week. Take care. Bye.